we have to appreciate John for because what I usually do, I could make the thumbnails myself, but he's just kind of better at it.
Yeah.
So I pick I pick an image. Like I'll send him a few images. Actually, it's usually between 2 and 3 images, and he'll weigh in on which one looks the most engaging and everything. And we usually try to find a funny one. You know, the choices this week were this, or there's that shot of Caraxes right as he arrives to the Mexican standoff thing, dragon Mexican standoff thing. That was real, like it looked really epic. But
I would have also nominated Alice Rivers just looking down at Eamon. You fucking
idiots. That was really good. All right, let's get this show on the road. It's oh my God, we're starting on time.
Well,
would you look at the welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
And we are the hosts of the Jedi Enclave Presents the Now This Is Podcasting Podcast, which is our weekly podcast about Star Wars and Star Wars accessories and other fantasy nerd properties, which either on Saturday or some other day we will be back to Star Wars because The Ninth Jedi dropped today.
In its entirety, which is a problem for us because number one, that's a shit ton of Star Wars, and I have a fucking job.
Yeah,
and number two, we're still in the middle of House of the Dragon season.
It's annoying. If they had dropped one episode, it would be fine.
Yes,
because we could just talk about both of them today.
Not a problem.
But of course, it's all 8 episodes, and it's on the day of the podcast.
Yes.
So like, I would have been hard pressed to like watch it and like take notes. And
so what we're really saying here is Kathleen Kennedy, because I know you're watching.
Well, she's not in charge of Disney anymore.
Kathleen Kennedy,
or, Lucasfilm.
The next time you guys are going to do something like this, can you like just give us a call first? Just consult, like, hey, you know, we know you and Daniel are our number one shills.
Yeah.
Can you like what would work for your podcasting schedule?
Yeah.
Like, let's work something out, because we would have absolutely been able to oblige you if you had released it on like any other day.
There's a really funny. It's not funny, but there's a Facebook group that's similar to ours called Star Wars Safe Space.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty similar to us. They're just liberal millennials, who do like Star Wars. And I can't remember what the joke. Maybe it was like a screenshot of like a Mike Zero. I don't know. It's something about maybe Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know. I commented and mentioned that Mike Zero told us that Kathleen Kennedy and Brie Larson are lesbian lovers, and they're involved in a satanic pact to destroy Star Wars and Marvel and probably the NFL.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Star Wars news for today, which is that as soon as we watch The Ninth Jedi, we will be chatting about it here, and celebrating finally some new Star Wars.
Holy shit, it's been so long.
Yeah, down the road, and I think it's like 3 weeks from now. Star Wars Zero Company comes out.
Oh yeah.
And I will be playing that obviously on this channel. And then in October, Star Wars Galactic Racer comes out, which I'll also be playing. So that's about it for Star Wars. So I imagine
our apologies if you expected us to recap an entire season of television, like what, not even 24 hours after it came out.
Not happening. Not happening today.
Not happening.
Oh, we might be back on Saturday though. So it's I don't think there's any other really big news really for any like in the MCU or anything.
I read something about how the Paramount acquisition of Warner Brothers ran into some legal road bumps, and it's apparently
like antitrust stuff.
No, because that would involve the federal government wanting to stop it. This is a bunch of state attorneys general suing to block it. And the case is probably going to trial. It's just a matter of whether it happens sooner or later.
Yeah.
And the later it happens, the more money Paramount loses. So here's hoping for later.
Yay, corporations losing money. We all win. All right, yeah, that's, I guess we have an hour here to chat about The House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 7, which is the penultimate season or episode of the season. Do you want to do some spoiler freeze before we?
There's a whole lot of dragons in this episode.
There's lots of dragons.
Lots of dragons.
I fear that next week there will be
There will be
more.
fewer dragons.
Well, I think there will be fewer dragons at the end, but I think there will be more dragons.
Does seem to be the direction in which they're going.
Yeah, I think there, and we'll talk about this once we get into spoilers. There are so many wild cards now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything is obviously pointing toward the Battle Tumbleton. That's where we're gonna end it. It's probably gonna be massively catastrophic for both sides.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes it interesting is that there are so many wild cards. There's so many different characters that under certain conditions are going to be really unpredictable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of interesting to me that, trying to guess what's going to happen. I also was reading about how either on accident or on purpose, and HBO hasn't come out and said anything about it, they've been spoiling the events a week early through the opening credit tapestries.
Oh, okay.
So last season they started the tapestry thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the opening the opening credits or whatever.
Yeah.
And they would show you like it was like the previously on,
yeah,
right? Through artful tapestries, which I actually thought was a really neat thing. So like after Jaehaerys died,
they had the red line going across his neck.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if someone made a mistake and they've been showing the wrong tapestries in the wrong time, but I saw something. I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about it next week if it happens. I saw some of the tapestries where I was like, is that going to happen next week? Because that did not happen last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I think that they've done a pretty good job endearing me to Aegon, even though he's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I am a Rhaenyra loyalist. Now and always,
yes.
All hail the Queen Rhaenyra, right?
Yes.
I'll be damned if I'm just not like, all right, nice. When there's something good happens to Aegon, I'm like...
I mean, the reason they're doing this is that they're going to kill him off, right?
Kill Aegon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. As we famously say before every podcast, I've not read Fire and Blood.
In fact, I remember you specifically stopped listening to the audiobook before it reached
when it got
point.
they started talking about Viserys and the Jaehaerys choosing him as his successor and everything, and that's why I was like, nope, I don't want to hear anymore. I know. So if you are an eagle-eared and eyed, I suppose, Game of Thrones fan, you know that Joffrey Baratheon in season 4 of Game of Thrones spoils the end of the Dance of Dragons. So I know it's like everyone dies pretty much.
Yes.
And we know all the dragons die. And we know this is slight spoilers if you've not like seen Game of Thrones, but Rhaenyra's line ends up ruling. Just not like it wasn't the victory she might have hoped for, but like Egg in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes.
Like he is a descendant of Rhaenyra. So
okay.
like the Blacks win the war. Just when there's a war that is that insipid and terrible that what does victory actually look like?
Yeah. It looks like a lot of burned people.
Right. So anyway, do you have any more spoiler 3 thoughts? Even though I just spoiled the shit out of. Should we get on with it?
I think we'd better just get on with
it. All right. So I think you and I have started off and remain huge Helena Targaryen fans.
Yes.
Which I there's something to be said. Which, by the way, spoilers for this week's episode of House of the Dragon. If you've not seen it, go and watch it, and then come back and let us know.
In fact, to flash back to the custom-made family tree diagram I made at the end of season 1 because I couldn't keep all these people separate. Helena is listed as, I think, the bug girl who is perfect, and if anything bad happens to her, I will firebomb HBO headquarters.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure her time on the show is coming to a close.
Possibly.
Given how much action she's getting in the story and everything. I think there are a couple of people that might, their time might be coming to a close. So Helena, as we know from the previous seasons and also from the previous episodes of this season, is a Targaryen dreamer.
She's a prophet.
Yeah, so she sees things in her sleep, and and when she's awake, they're usually presented as riddles, where she kind of will whisper something, or
But does she know if you've been bad or good?
right, yeah. Um, it's hard to tell if she even understands some / any of it / maybe she understands all of it, or maybe just the important parts. I mean, we're not really sure, but this episode opens on one of her little fever dreams, that they bring this back at the end of the episode as well. That's a little bit more on the nose, and what's really cool is that a little bit later on in her vision we could see Dreamfire for the first time.
Yep.
Which is really cool because I always love meeting a new dragon, and Dreamfire looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, there's that. So this opens up with her on a horse.
Well, not on a horse, but
hanging out with a horse.
Approaching a horse.
Her friend, the horse.
Yes.
I assume, because Helena is that kind of person who would have, like, her best friend's a horse,
Yeah.
So
and then the gates swing open, and there's
a big there's a big light and everything, and this
and then she wakes up to
this is what she sees when she wakes up.
Her half sister, or is this her aunt?
This is her half sister.
Her half sister just kind of looming over, like, "Hey, you having any dreams there?
Yeah.
You having any predictions of the future?
Yeah.
Any visions of something important that you want to tell me about?"
The only way they could have made this funnier is to have her just like appear from the edge of the like, hello.
So what are we dreaming about?
This is a podcast, and it's a live show. So if you want to drop in and tell us what you thought of the episode, and what you like about Game of Thrones and all that stuff, we'll read them when we get a chance. It will not be instantaneous because Chris and I like to gyrate and speak. So yeah, I love like this.
Helena's response is, "What are you doing in my room?"
This is what I look like every morning when I wake up, and I'm just like, oh, what?
And you don't even have like troubling visions in your sleep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I do appreciate, like, the first thing she asks about is, she's like, so what's the deal with my mom? Like, do we know anything about my mom? And she's like, I have no idea. Like, we probably won't hear from her until Aemon's dead.
Speaking of Aemon, he asked you to go burn some people, didn't he?
Yeah. And I think this is interesting that she says Helena kind of acknowledges it. She's like, yeah, Corlys said he probably did. And we learned something pretty interesting, which was that Helena really liked to hang out with Dreamfire when she was a girl. She liked to go riding. But after a while, it got, as she says in the episode, quote unquote, too much. Which I think is interesting because there does seem to be this really weird connection between Rider and Dragon. And I know that one of the persistent themes of this show, which is like kind of hammered home in season 1 by King Viserys, which is that like the Targaryens don't control the dragons. It's like an illusion of power. Mm-hmm. But I'm not so sure I believe that, given what we saw in this episode after the great dragon Mexican standoff of 2026, because there was some dragon behavior toward the end of that little bout that he, like, clearly the bond between Dragon and Rider superseded their need to fight and do their own thing. So Helena is working on another one of her little needlepoint things, which Rhaenyra, have you ever seen, you did see Shawshank Redemption?
Yes.
Because I made you watch it. I also made my friend Matt, our producer who's not here today, watch it as well. There's a character in that movie that's the warden, who hides behind this piety, this, like, he's a man of God and everything, but he's also a fraud.
He's a huge dick.
Yeah, he's also a criminal. He's a financial criminal. And there's, I guess, spoilers for Shawshank if you've not seen it. There is this. It's got one of the most brilliant reveals in all of cinema, which is that for 25 years, the main character has been digging a hole to get out of prison, and he's been doing it with this rock hammer that if he gets caught with it, he'd get in a lot of trouble. And we never find out where he hides it. And there's a scene between the main character and this warden where they practically battle with Bible verses. Mm-hmm. because he's like he picks up the main character's Bible, and it was like, oh, I like God. Here's a bunch of things I've memorized from the Bible, and he spits off some shit he's memorized, and you can tell that this guy has memorized Bible verses but doesn't believe any of it. And then after the big reveal, after he's escaped, almost 15, 20 years later, he finds the Bible and opens it, and there's a rock hammer cutout in it that he was holding it. Yeah. The instrument of that man's escape, he had it in his hands, but because he didn't actually believe,
he didn't bother opening.
He didn't bother to open the book at all. And this is what I thought about. This is why the whole reason I took you on that long walk right now through Shawshank Redemption is that Helena's working on this needlepoint.
The vision is right there in front of her.
And she just moves it.
Yeah.
She's like there's something also something to be said about the Targaryen crazy eye, which, by the way, like we saw this in Jace in the first episode when he goes off to war with Bela, when he's like, we could be immortal warriors, and like Rhaenyra's got some of that shit too, and she needs so badly to have her rule validated because of the prophecy. She believes that the gods have ordained her as the leader who will like unite everyone, and she needs Helena to tell her that to confirm that she's who the gods chose. What's really funny is that like she asked her what she dreamt about, and she's like a gray mare, and then Renner's like,
that's weird.
Okay, so where is the Riverman army? Where is Vagar? Where she's like asking like she's
I wanted so badly for Helena to say girl, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I'm not like a fucking TV that you can just flip between the channels and find out what you
want.
Like
a magic 8 ball, like shaking. Yeah.
Like I see what I see, and I can't control any of that.
Yeah. So it's I think this speaks to Rhaenyra's
insecurity.
Also the fact that she's kind of unraveling a little bit. She's not because all the pressures that she's faced when she's got to King's Landing, she is doing the thing that Alicent warned her about, which was that you in the act of being a ruler of this level, you are going to go crazy, and that's kind of what's happening to her. So at Harrenhal, the spooky halls of Harrenhal, Aemond is
working out with his sword.
He's swinging his sword around.
Except he swings it badly, and his wound, which hasn't quite healed, trips him up.
Yep.
And then the door opens, and who should walk in but fucking Alice?
It's his mum. I said it like a British person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's his mum and he's like, "Oh, mommy, hello," and she's like, "Oh,
like, wait,
Aemond,
what the fuck are you doing here?"
Now, if you were wondering. So she's like, "Oh, you're so clever." If you're wondering, like I did when I first saw this, about whether or not this is a vision, I will remind you that Alicent says, "How could I forsake my best and truest son?" And it's like you know that this isn't real because Alicent.
She fucking hates Aemon's guts.
Alicent only has one child, and it's Helena, right? And so the fact that she like acknowledges Aemond is your first clue that this is not real, right? And so they hang out and they start to make out. And
then they start to fuck.
Yeah, they take her to like, which by the way, I don't know if you remember, but this happens between Daemon and his mother when he's at Harrenhal.
Yes.
I think in the same bed. Which
I think Alice Rivers has a fetish.
Do you think that was Alice Rivers?
I think it's Alice Rivers orchestrating these visions.
Well, see, when he snaps out of that, Alice isn't there. However,
she is on top of him.
So Alice, I like how they do that. They kind of they do both of the voices at the same time, where they're like, "In this moment, I will give you a son." And Daemon looks up. Aemon looks up, and it's fucking Alice Rivers.
Yep.
And he's like, "Ew, you're not my mom. Get off." And he throws her off. Which, if you're like, if you're Alice, you got to be wondering, like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Girl, you got in bed with a Targaryen. You knew what you were signing up for.
It's how batshit crazy they all are. Yeah. So he goes for a walk to walk his boner off. And
who does he encounter but
his
fucking
actual
Allison?
mother. So his boner comes right the fuck back, right? So so the real Allison shows up. And we then go to the host of Rivermen who are marching toward Tumbletown.
Hi ho, hi ho.
And Roddy the Ruin is just carting around Sir Crispy's fucking head on a pike
with the arrow still sticking out of it.
Which, yeah, you know what?
Cinema.
Yeah, this guy's having the time of his life. By the way, like he could be doing this, or he could just be up in the north freezing his balls off, and he's so happy to be doing this instead. So Gawain, who's like a part of a reconnaissance, little reconnaissance
says,
group.
There's 20,000 dudes coming here with swords. We are fucked.
Yeah.
You better have one hell of a plan.
Right. Ormond shows out that, or points out that his Dornish friend died in the mud for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, were they friends? I don't know. Anyway, Ormond says, "Hey, don't worry about it. I got another piece on the board. I'm playing the long games there.
This better be one hell of a piece."
Yeah, right. It's like you could have 10 pieces on the board and we're still probably fucked.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, so for the second time in like a week,
Caraxes comes to the area.
Yeah, Damon decides to go visit Lady Longneck Jane, who, lesbian, I think?
Maybe,
yeah.
But also possibly the only person who has a neck longer than Caraxes.
It's close. You'd have to measure him.
Yeah.
I bet it's close.
Yeah.
I love this shot. Like, Damon just walks her up to the moon door, and he's like, I'm not afraid of this.
Where is she?
Yeah, he wants to know where his daughter is. And I'm pretty sure this is, like, Lady Jane's squeeze right here, this lady.
Maybe.
Because, like, she pats her on the butt and tells her to fuck off and then, like, watches her the whole...
Yeah.
She's like, I hate to see her leave, but I love to see her go.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a massive fucking shout out to the fans here. I don't know if you know if you're in on this, if
Probably
you know about this. Remember that my knowledge of the books is very minimal. In the books, Rhaena is not the one who writes Sheepstealer. It's a girl named Nettles, who is not only common born but not a Targaryen in any way. And is able to ride a dragon. I think the showrunners were probably like, that's a lot of characters, so we're gonna kind of like
just gonna condense this a little bit,
which happens often in TV adaptations of books. Like sometimes like characters get kind of like set into one. But Lady Jane says that there's a rumor of a girl amongst nettles.
Nettles and swamp, sheep,
nettles and sheep, which is a little call out, like a little tip of the hat to fans. Mm-hmm. They're like, we know that you know about nettles.
Forget about it.
Yeah, sorry you did. Which I don't know. Like that the only people that will get this joke are the ones who are going to be pissed off by it. So why even bother doing it? So anyway, she's like, "Oh no, well I didn't know she was here, and now that you've busted us, I need to go tell the queen."
Yeah.
And Damon's like, "Give me a day.
Let me work."
Yeah, and there's this hilarious moment where like Jane looks at him and raises an eyebrow, and he goes, "Please."
Like he looks around, see who's here to witness this.
Yeah.
Sighs and says, "Please."
Yeah. And it's the funniest shit. It's the hardest word he's ever had to say,
This is not a man who asks permission.
No. Oh, Daemon Targaryen never changed. Did you notice in this shot this giant pile of dragon shit behind them?
I did not notice that was what it was, but now that you pointed out, it's hard to miss.
There is this. I was immediately reminded. There's this hilarious bit in Jurassic Park where Jeff.
That's a lot of shit.
No, that's not what he says. Close. It's not what he says. Jeff Goldblum's fucking whatever his character's name is walks up to a giant pile of Stegosaurus shit, takes off his glasses, looks at it without missing a beat, and goes, "That is one big pile of shit," and then walks away. It is so funny, and God
bless Jeff Goldblum.
It is, it's great. Anyway, that's like literally in this shot. I was like, there will be Jeff Goldblum memes.
Mm-hmm.
So Adam and Bela kind of bitch about Rhaenyra a little bit because Bela's like I'm being punished. It's the same conversation they were having before, which is like she thinks I killed Jace, or I was responsible, or at least partly responsible, and oh my life sucks and all this other bullshit. And Adam is like,
You know what also sucks? Not being acknowledged as the son of one of the most important
Yeah.
nobles in the entire realm.
You know what also sucks almost as much as that is being single. And if I were to,
if I was actually part of my father's inheritance,
yeah,
then I could say marry a highborn lady,
yeah,
and be able to make her a duchess, countess, whatever,
yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
fuck. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not say no more.
Now the way he says this, it isn't like the phrasing doesn't immediately clue Bela into the fact that he's talking about him and not his brother.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
so,
oh, your brother's been talking to you.
Yeah, so
he's like,
Bela's like, you've spoken to your brother then, and this look on Adam's face, where he's so crestfallen and like there's so many emotions go through this man's face in like 1 second. It is so funny.
He's trying to calculate everything that's going on here.
They're unable to parse it out though because
holy shit, that's a dragon.
Yeah, they see a dragon and they think at first it's Vagar, but then Bela realizes it's Sheep Stealer. So
we go to Harrenhal.
Yeah, okay. So Alicent is like, look, the shit got really rough after you left and Rhaenyra showed up, but this guy,
this one loyal knight,
Sir Adrian,
managed to sneak me out and get me here.
Right. And I want you to go. I want you to go meet him.
Yes.
And shake his hand.
He's a really cool guy. You like him a lot.
Right. Leave your weapons here.
Yes. You won't need them.
Yeah. And then tells him that you are all I have left, which she knows, I think, is a thing that she can say to him.
It's what he wants to hear.
That will pacify him, right? So she takes him to go meet Sir Adrian. And at first, it looks like everything's going all right. They're going to shake hands. But
then Aemon stabs him in the head.
And then he turns to Alicent and he's like, there's a lot of secret shit here. I just killed Alice just killed a stable boy like a day ago. And she's like, who the fuck is Alice? And Alice is like, hello. Yeah.
In her weird pseudo-Irish accent.
Yeah. So Alice is like, also, have you noticed that we never see Alice walk into a room.
She just appears.
This is an inverse to a theory that we had about my saxophone teacher in college, which is that, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this. Maybe once I point it out to you, you'll never know what you weren't thinking of. He never seems to walk into a room without laughing. He's always laughing when he walks into a room. It's bizarre.
You're right.
He's always with somebody. Whenever he walks through a door, he's always laughing. Alice is like the inverse of that, where you never see her walk into a room.
She's just there.
And she's never laughing. So Alice is like,
we're just about to sit down and eat.
Yeah.
Why don't you join us?
So, Alice is like, oh, great. Aemon's mother. Oh, no. So
speaking of dinner.
Yeah, speaking of dinner, I guess Ormond's just chewing on some animal fat.
I guess,
because he's talking about, he's like, yeah, the maesters say that eating animal fat will help your bones.
It's good for your bones. Yeah.
But honestly, I'm more of a vegetarian myself, and
if you haven't gotten it yet, this guy is Hitler.
Yeah, oh yeah, he definitely is.
He is outright just Hitler.
Yeah. So you find out who he's dining with, and it's Lord Corlys, who is his captive.
Well, dining because Corlys isn't eating anything.
Yeah, right. Right, he's pretty convinced that he's about to be executed. Yeah. So he's like, I don't want to shit my pants while I get beheaded.
If you're gonna kill me, can you just kill me and get it over with? Like,
yeah. So they
so I don't have to deal with you and your weird sniffing fetish.
They have a little they have a little conversation, and like Ormond kind of talks about how he's like, it's really great now that I've captured you, because like this is a reason to keep you alive, but if I have you, the Valerians aren't going to march into King's Landing, and then all the little seeds I've planted over there are gonna sprout up and hurt Rhaenyra. And Daron speaks up.
He's like, how the fuck is that going to help us?
Yeah, because they know that 20,000 rivermen are coming for them.
Like, King's Landing is all the fucking way over there, and we've got problems right here.
Right. And um,
As
just like
soon as he speaks up, he realizes he made a
Yeah.
mistake. Because Orman
Yeah.
kind of looks at him like,
right,
"Kid, don't fuck this up."
yeah,
for
and
me."
he like looks down at his plate. So the maybe there was some kind of conversation to be had with Corliss. Maybe I don't know. It's depending on how he pitched it to him. He might have handled this differently, but for some reason, and it's because Orman, I think, assumes he knows everything he needs to know about everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a serious miscalculation in the conversation where he goes, I don't really see what it is you like, why you've allied yourself with the Targaryens, and of course, like, there's your wife. Then she's a Targaryen, but
Yeah.
like that ended really too predictably, and you just see the shadow face, the shadow pass over Corliss's face, and he's like, nah, fuck you. It's like whatever diplomatic thing you were trying to do here, or whatever, if you're trying to get information out of him, the one thing you should not have brought up was how he shouldn't have married his wife. Because it's the only thing in the world that Corlys cares about.
That is like Corliss's defining character trait.
Yeah.
Is that he is the wife guy
Yeah.
of Westeros.
Yeah, he's Mr. Rhaenys Targaryen, and so he is like, yeah, fuck you, I want to go back to my cell. And then right before, he's like, great, before you go, and he picks up a knife, and you're like, oh god, what is happening? So Daron runs back to Gwaine, and he's like, I don't know what's going on with Ormond. He's acting like he's on the eve of some great victory.
Mm-hmm.
He's really happy. I don't like it. And they're trying to figure this out. Like Daron and Gwaine are trying to figure it out. And he's like, so what is this, like, his piece on the board? And Daron's like, I don't fucking know. I think it Corlys, I guess. And they're like, what? That's not a good piece. That's not a great. Yeah, that's not a great piece on the board. And Daron starts. He's like, okay, so if I'm being sold as the king,
then can't I just tell the army to surrender?
Right. Maybe I start doing kingly things, and I start to look after my men, and I try to surrender. And
Gwaine is like, okay, alternate proposal.
Yeah, let's play this out.
Hop on your dragon and just fly away.
Yeah. Well, he points out to him, if you were to surrender, he's like, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like you
are a threat to
Rhaenyra. Yeah.
legitimacy.
So he pitches what you just said, which is get on Tessarion and fly the fuck away. And Daron's like, but then where would I go? To which I thought, go to the
anywhere you want.
Go to the Vale. Go hang, because Lady Jane probably, that's where all the fucking Targaryen misfits are hanging out now.
Just go to that whole continent in the east that
SS,
that Daenerys spends all her time in 150 years in the future or whatever.
That's not a terrible idea, actually, though. He would be really easy to find because he would be the only man there with a dragon.
Yeah.
And so, like, they would know where he was most of the time, I feel. But anyway, it's a pretty big predicament, which is that I think Daron's realizing, really, regardless of what happens,
he's kind of screwed.
He's pretty fucked, yeah. Which I really hate for him, because I feel like we've not known Daron very long, and they've really endeared him to us.
Mm-hmm. And he's just a kid thrown into a terrible situation.
And I really like him, and I like the actor too. I think the actor's done really well, and I also like how they've presented in the previous season. They presented Gwaine as this kind of like uptight rich boy, and I'll be damned if I don't like him more than I did too.
Yeah,
because like he is that, like, he, those things are true about him. But he's also
kind of smart. And he's very compassionate,
and he's reasonable. Is right.
Concerned.
Yeah, he does not. He's played war for long enough, and he just wants to be done with it. Yeah. I love this line from him where he tells Gwaine, "I have no fear of insignificance. Rhaenyra can keep her crown for all I care." Which, when someone says something like that, what my first thought is?
Good for you.
Yes, good for you, but also, maybe you should be king. Because it's always the people who don't want it.
I mean, it worked for Viserys, right? He just wanted to build his model.
Yeah, he wanted to. I think the line in the second season from Rhaenyra is that he would have been just as happy as a country lord, living out his days out in the country, reading his histories and building his models, right?
Yeah.
And as a result, he was a really good king. But also, the interesting thing about Viserys that we learn, I don't think we learned directly, but Viserys rode Balerion the Black Dread once, and that was the only time he ever rode him.
Huh.
And the reason was because he felt like people couldn't approach him. Remember when Balerion was still alive, he dwarfed Vhagar. Like, he was this enormous dragon, and he felt like people just looked at him a little different, you know?
Which I would,
Yeah.
if I saw a dude on a dragon bigger than
Like a town.
everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he only rode Balerion once, and that was the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just really like this look that Gwaine gives him after he says that, where he's like, I really like you, kid.
Yeah.
It sucks that we're here, but I'm glad we're here together. So, all right, they have a council meeting, right? This is really funny. So, Torrin Manderley opens up with, someone smeared shit on my door because they're really pissed off.
Yeah.
And this response from her was, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. Me, the queen, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this.
Sounds like you should clean up your house.
Yeah, and he's like, you could have not gone in front of a bunch of petitioners and said all this shit was my fault.
He says, I feel like I have been installed here as some sort of scapegoat. And the next shot is Mysaria just sipping on her wine
and like side-eyeing
like,
Rhaenyra.
Yeah, like, he's on to you.
Yep. I do appreciate that. Okay, so she's like, well, what have you done to fix this? And he's like, what can be done?
Like, I'm in charge of the money, but there's no money.
I can't conjure money, and I like, even my, like, I floated a tax, and you guys just fucking ignored me.
Yeah.
So, Mysaria brings up the fact that
Caraxes is gone,
and so is Daemon, and no one knows where he went. He left before dawn. He's on some other.
He's on another one of his mysterious missions.
Yeah. Lady Frey figures, this is the perfect time to ask about Harrenhal. So she like.
It turns out she's right. Yeah. Because Rhaenyra says, you know what? Just fucking go get your dudes.
Yeah.
Go take it. Yeah. I don't care anymore. If you're on to Aemon, great. Shank him for me. But just get the fuck out of here.
Do you think that Rhaenyra is half hoping Lady Frey runs into Vhagar on the way to Harrenhal and just gets
a little bit, yeah. I mean, she wouldn't complain if it happened.
True.
At least she would know where Vhagar was.
Yeah. Obviously, Lady Frey is delighted by
absolutely.
This. Yeah.
Bye. No take backsies.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of wisdom here, which is that, like, if Aemon is there, great, kill him. Mm-hmm. That'll help me. If he's not there, then he won't have anywhere else to, like, he won't be able to fall back on Harrenhal. Yeah. So there's a little bit of, like, sound thinking with this anyway,
but mostly it's just Rhaenyra being tired of her shit.
Yeah, I will point out that in Game of Thrones, the Freys do not control Harrenhal. So
it probably isn't going to go well for her.
In fact, I think in Game of Thrones, I don't think anyone controls Harrenhal. I think that whoever happens to be there at any moment, because the Lannister army is encamped there for a while, and then they leave, and
maybe Alice Rivers controls Harrenhal.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do any of the spooky shit there, though. The spooky shit that happens in Harrenhal in Game of Thrones is that's where Arya meets Jack and Hagar, the leader of the Faceless Men, which is spooky shit, you know. Mm-hmm. So Adam and Bela come back, and she's like, Vhagar, and they're like, no, sheep stealer, and. Like,
and Rhaenyra gets the fucking Kill Bill siren going in her head again.
Well, yes, but it's after because at first she's like, but
Sheepstealer's rider is dead.
Yeah, and then like Mysaria is like, is he or she?
Are they?
Yeah, and so Rhaenyra is like, oh hell no.
Get my dragon. I'm out of here.
You can see Mysaria like twirling her wine glass, being like, what are the chances that Daemon's in the fucking Vale right now? Yeah. After the meeting, they kind of, Rhaenyra and Mysaria kind of joust about like whether or not Daemon can be trusted and everything. You can tell that Rhaenyra's a little frustrated with Mysaria because she's not an idiot. I think she knows that Massaria is trying to advance her own thing with her and everything. And Massaria does bring up this really good point that is the thing that Rhaenyra. It's a fear that Rhaenyra has, I think, which is there anything Darren could do, or Daemon could do, that would like not
that you would not believe.
And this look,
he can do an awful lot.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah. So, okay, so we're on the
three jokers.
Yeah, we're on the road to Maidenpool.
Yes,
right, from Rook's Rest,
so we can get on a boat and go. Not here
to Essos, to Volantis. I think I said, because like, remember when I told you we were watching the second season, and in the season finale we see Tylan Lannister in Essos. And he meets the trans pirate captain, and he fucks their wives. And I told you he's the guy that comes back from another country and won't shut up about it. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
he is that guy where he's like,
well, it's the opposite because he doesn't want to go there. He wants to go to Casterly Rock.
but he's like, my Grace, I've traveled the world. I have a traveled
experienced things you would not believe.
Right. There are monkeys everywhere. They shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So
and then they throw that shit.
Yeah. So
they encounter a bunch of people going the other way.
I love the
carrying pigs.
Yeah. I love this guy. He's got his one pig and he's like running away.
Yeah.
And so they stop one of the villagers and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck's
are you
going
running
on?"
from?
Yeah. And she says that there is the Mootons are going town to town toward Rook's Rest, and claiming the land for Rhaenyra.
Yes.
And this is a problem because they don't have any shelter. The chances of them getting found out are pretty high, and they're kind of stuck, right? Yeah. So they're not really sure what to do. Thailand suggests that they fall back to Rook's Rest. Yeah.
Laris says that's a dumb fucking idea.
We need to keep going.
Yes. And Aegon's like, you know what? Is this the part where Aegon?
No, not yet. Okay. Not yet. Yeah.
So
I think they do
the most awkward fucking dinner ever.
Yeah. So before I think they do decide to go back to Rook's Rest, but I don't think they know yet that that's where the army is heading. So yeah, so they're like, oh, we'll go back to Rook's Rest. We'll we'll wait them out. Yeah. Yeah. So do you remember the movie Meet the Fockers?
Yes.
It's a little like that, except way weirder. Where Alice has cooked a nice little meal for the three of them, and I like how the scene starts out with Alice just like entirely dissociating and being like,
Allison's like,
what is happening? Yeah,
my entire plan has fallen apart.
Yeah,
and now I'm eating dinner with my son and his girlfriend? Question mark?
400-year-old girlfriend. Yeah,
who might be a barn owl.
Yeah. So Alice, look, the tension between the two of them is immediate.
Yes.
Right? And
because Alice is like, this boy wants to fuck his mother.
Yeah.
Like he really wants to fuck his mother.
Yeah, and I want to be his mother, so I don't like that. So like they chat a little bit, right? Aemond explains that Alice saved his life, which she was like, at whose bequest? Your lord's? And then Alice goes, people don't boss me around. Yeah. That's not how it works here. I'm the Witch of Harrenhal, and I'm also an owl. No one bosses me around. And so there's this hilarious moment where like Alicent is just like, who is this woman? I don't know who this is. And Aemon's like, maybe not the best time to bring this up, Mom. But
I'm staying here.
I'm in love with Alice. We have known each other for roughly 4 days.
But she gives me a boner.
Yeah, and
and she promised to bear lots of Targaryen kids.
Right.
And also she has a bunch of dragon eggs under the floorboards. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
He leaves the dragon eggs part out. For obvious reasons. And so he's like, I plan to make Harrenhal my seat, and we will rule from here. To which Alicent says, sweetheart, whether or not you like it, Rhaenyra Targaryen rules the kingdom right now. She has 6 dragons. You are a fucking idiot if you think otherwise. To which he says Rhaenyra's dragons are ridden by commoners, and she's defiled the throne and everything. And here we are gonna raise our own throne, and a new dawn is coming with a line of unsullied kings. Which I doubt this is supposed to remind us of the Unsullied
Probably not.
army, because it's an entirely different thing.
He probably means it in the white supremacist way.
Yeah.
Or the Targaryen supremacist
Or
way.
whatever,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
High Valyrian supremacist.
Yeah. And he like reaches over and holds Alice's hand,
Mm-hmm.
and Allison's like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna stay here," which Allison doesn't like, and Alice doesn't like,
Yes.
right? And like Alice is like, "Honey, I think it's time for your mom to leave.
Yeah.
You know, she's got her own thing. She has her knitting club. Like she can go home now."
Yeah.
And Aemon's like, "No, mom stays. I'm all that she has." And she just said that I was her bestest son.
True.
Yeah. So you're gonna stay with us.
Mhm.
And this pisses Alice off.
Yeah.
And
It's like, hey, we're out of wood.
Yeah.
Why don't you use your big, strong, manly arms and
Yeah.
chop some more?
he's like, "I'll give you some wood."
I like how he flips his fucking.
Oh yeah. Well, because she's scolding him,
Mhm.
just and he calls her on in the next scene where he's like, "Hey, I'm not a fucking kid," and she's like, "Aemond, our plan for world domination does not include your mother."
She says, my designs for our future.
Yeah.
Which pisses Aemon off.
Right.
He's like, you just want me for your own schemes.
Yeah.
You're not considering me at
Yeah.
all.
To which she practically is like, "Yeah, no kidding."
Aemon, honey, sweetie.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I was not
Like,
trying to hide that from
I
you.
am the brains here.
Yeah.
You are the broad.
Right. She warns him that Allison's there to do some kind of evil to him, to which he rejects out of hand. He's like, "I am
course.
her bestest son." She said so herself.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. And then she says, "You Targaryen boys all want the same thing, don't you?" And do you mean their mother, or what do you mean
I
by
think she
that?
does.
Yeah. So Allison runs off. She finds
Sir,
Adrian.
Adrian.
Sir Adrian's body.
And she like takes the dagger.
She is going to take the dagger, but then she looks over and sees, I think this is like nightshade
or some sort of flower. And
Yeah.
and the wheels start turning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is nightshade. I think this is the plant that the caterpillar was eating.
Oh.
When Helena and Jaehaera were hanging out, and she was like, "Oh, the caterpillar can eat it, but if we eat it, we fucking die." Right?
Okay. Sure.
What happens when the train stops? We all freeze and die. Snowpiercer. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
Have you not seen Snow? Okay.
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, so they almost get back to Rook's Rest.
Yes.
This is Aegon and Varys and company. And the guy that Aegon made friends with before was like, so the Mootons are almost here. They're going to Rook's Rest. You can't go there. They're looking for Tyland, by the way, because they want to get the Queen's gold. And
Aegon's like, all right, I've had enough of this shit. I'm just gonna stay here and get captured. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want.
That is not his plan. His plan is not to stay there and get captured. His plan is to stay there and die.
Yes.
He's like, I'm done. I'm done running. We're gonna make my last stand here.
Yes.
I will be buried as a king with my dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyland is surprisingly valiant.
He heaves a big fucking sigh.
Yeah.
Then he's like, well,
I knew this is how this is gonna end.
I guess
dude.
I have to stay here and die with you.
Yeah. Well, he does say, he's like, "I'm not gonna have you die because they're after the goal, like they're after him."
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't, he doesn't want to. He's like, that's not cool, man. I guess I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
Which the second he says this, his hired guys they're like,
They're like,
fuck this shit, I'm
"Bye!"
out. Yeah, and they run away.
Laris is like, okay, well, that's great. I'm no good in a fight, so I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'll make sure you guys get remembered in history and song.
Yeah, which is just the slimiest fucking Varys thing to do, by
Laris.
the way. Or Laris thing to do, yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, Varys, I didn't mean to insult you like that. Which of course he's not going to stay and fight, and it's can you imagine the standing he would have if he would have stayed with them after what ends up happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sheep Stealer and Reyna are just flying around in the Vale.
Yeah, just having a day.
Out of nowhere,
Caraxes!
and he's like, pull over.
Caraxes from the top rope.
Yeah. And so he gets Sheep Stealer to land. And this was almost our thumbnail. This fucking this baller shot of Caraxes just almost losing his shit.
I love the way they frame. I think it's the next shot of the two dragons, like with their hackles up, just snarling.
Oh, with the fire in the back of their throat.
Like,
Yeah.
I in my mind, because I have no actual like artistic pen on paper talent, but like I'm envisioning some art of like Damon and Reyna like with leashes on their dragons holding them
trying
back.
to hold them back like in the park.
Yeah.
Like yeah. That's really funny. So Reyna warns him. She's like, this dragon does not listen to me, so you need to calm the fuck down. And Damon just ignores her, and because it's his daughter, and he's like, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, and like walks up to her, and Sheep Stealer's like, oh hell no, and jumps up, and when he lands, knocks Damon over, right?
Yeah.
And Caraxes
is like, oh yeah, hell,
no, that's not how this works. And so they roar at each other, and they're about to come to, you know, and they're both trying to, like, you know, Damon tells him to calm the fuck down, and Bale is like, please don't kill my father.
This is Reyna, right? I always get the two confused.
Yeah, Bale is the one that raids Moondancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, Reyna has had a change in plan. She's like, I thought I could do the Obi-Wan Kenobi life.
I cannot live without my family.
Yeah.
Like, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
I'm constantly flying around everywhere. It's cold. All I eat is, like, charred sheep.
Sheep and berries. That's fucking it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go fucking find Vagar and kill her.
Yeah, I'm going to kill Vagar. The plan there being, like...
Once I've done that, I have, like, repaid some tiny bit of the debt I owe to Rhaenyra, and maybe she won't have me instantly executed.
Yeah, which he was like, girl, Vagar's going to kill you. And she's like, well,
then
even
I'll
better.
Be done with it.
Even better. At least I won't have to deal with this bullshit anymore, right? So...
I think that's all the things we were just talking about.
Damon look, this is when we say that Damon contains multitudes, this is what we mean.
Yeah.
In a surprising turn of events, Damon's like, I will help you kill Vagar. The two of us, and then maybe we go and talk to Rhaenyra, right? And he tells her the story of when he was young, when his mother died. Which, when he was young, he didn't have a dragon. And I'm not sure we talked about this before. But Damon fully expected to get his mother's dragon, Meleys, who ended up going to Rhaenys.
Yes.
And Rhaenys, I think Rhaenys' mother or father, rode Caraxes. And so they ended up with each other's parents' dragons. Yeah. But anyway, he tells the story about how he didn't have a dragon when he was young, and how the depression that Viserys fell into when she died and everything, and how he's pretty much just on his own, and then he tells her, like, I was alone just like you, and another, like, just words that you never expect Daemon to say, says, I should have done better. Like, I should have been a better father, and I'm sorry. And you're just like, oh my God, I'll die for you. God, my king.
Such a wonderfly complex character.
Yeah. So,
and right when they're having this tender moment, oh shit, that's two more dragons coming.
Yes, and I thought that this was Sea Smoke and Moondancer. Yeah. This is Bela and Adam showing up, right? And it is not. It
is far worse because Rhaenyra has decided to show up today.
Yeah. So he's like, girl, you better run.
Yeah. Just fucking leave the dragon. Just go.
So Cyrax with the queen lands, and behind her, Adam and Sea Smoke.
And Rhaenyra's like, Damon.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
So she sends Adam off to catch, because she doesn't know it's Rhaenyra yet.
Go catch her.
So he runs off after her, and then this is that meme with everyone with their guns out pointing at each other.
All the dragons are losing their shit because there's a lot of other dragons here.
Cyrax is pissed. They're all very angry dragons, right? So to to Rhaenyra, what this looks like is that since she doesn't know it's Rhaena, that Daemon has made some kind of alliance with the dragon rider that murdered her son.
Yes.
And is it the most reasonable conclusion to draw?
No,
probably not.
But she's under a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
and maybe not thinking the
Right.
clearest she's ever thought.
So she's ready to kill somebody.
Yes.
You know, and like Adam drags fucking Rhaena back,
Yeah.
and the dragons are just getting more and more pissed off at each other, and like she looks over at Rhaena and like squints her eyes, and she was like,
Rhaena, what'd you
"Oh,
do to your hair?"
Rhaena, why do you look like the dragon rider that killed my oh no."
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. She screams, "This is finished," which I assume means you die now, right? Because like Rhaena falls to her knees, and Sheepstealer
He's
is,
like,
is not having any
oh,
of this.
hell
Yeah.
no.
So Sheepstealer threatens Rhaenyra,
Mhm.
and I love the shot, by the way. Like Daemon looks around and realizes all of a sudden that all the dragons are real pissed off and no one is on their dragon, and he's like, "Oh my god!" So he like runs back to Caraxi. Do you remember that shot from one of the previous episodes where Sheepstealer comes running out of the cave and he like zips away?
Yeah.
Daemon Targaryen is not the most like he like when he runs it just looks kind of goofy. It's kind of like the Tom Cruise when he runs, you know. So he runs off to his dragon. Cyrax has had enough,
Yes.
and
You are not threatening Mama.
yeah, so she attacks Sheepstealer. She's like, "Here, have some fucking fire in the face." Which, by the way, how bad would this be for a dragon?
I don't know.
I mean, I know Sunfire took a full blast of fire from Vagar, and he was downed. But also they're dragons. Like, you would think that they have some kind of immunity to high temperatures. I don't know. Anyway, he's like, Cyrax is like, have some fucking fire. And so
Sheepstealer's like, I'm going to bite your fucking
yeah,
neck.
I'm going to bite you and drag you around on the ground a little bit. Yeah. My dog does this too with Chew Toys, by the way.
And any small mammals he catches.
Yeah. There's this really, so there's always, I think there were a couple of times throughout the series where Rhaenyra mentions that Cyrax isn't enormous, but she's really fast, and she gets out of this like I don't know, pin or whatever she's in, and like she's like a fucking cobra and goes like she's like whoop out like a snake. Yeah. And it's really fucking cool. And then Sea Smoke runs in. He's like, "Oh, this is going down, bitch."
No.
Yeah. So the dragons have just collectively lost their shit,
Yes.
right? And they all three of them, I think, in different ways, are pretty badly injured. I think Sheepstealer probably taking the most of the damage, but like Cyrax is, I don't think she's like, she needs time to heal, and I'm pretty sure Sea Smoke gets like pretty hurt too.
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking, by the way. The fact that like Bela feels this connection with Sheepstealer, and and the look on Sheepstealer when he sees that Rhaena's leaving is heartbreaking. I had a friend that after the episode was like, I want to calm your nerves a little bit. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not enormous. He's like, Sheepstealer in the book lives, and presumably dies of old age later on. So they might be doing a similar thing with how this ends. So Daemon orders Adam to follow the queen.
So Rhaenyra grabs Rhaenyra, and they fly away on Cyrax.
Yeah. And then he gives the kill order to Caraxes, and Caraxes fucks Sheepstealer up.
Yeah,
right?
like one of his wings is almost torn off.
Yeah, and you know what's actually really crazy about this is that on the ground like this, the pure advantage that Caraxes has just with reach is kind of like, we make fun of how long his neck is.
Yeah.
It gives him a massive combat advantage because his body doesn't have to get as close, right? And so Sheepstealer is really badly wounded. He's able to knock Daemon off of his saddle, and this is where something really interesting happens. where the ordinarily if this theory about the dragons not being able to be controlled or anything were true, what should have happened here is Caraxi should have just ignored the fact that Damon got knocked off of him, and he would have gone and killed Sheep Stealer anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't. When Matt Smith in a wig stands up or tries to stand up, Caraxis is there to help him up.
Yeah.
And it's really sweet and adorable, and I would die for this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And they stand there and they watch Sheep Stealer limp away.
Yeah.
So either Sheep Stealer is going to just die, or they're going to do the thing from the book too, which if I understand correctly, Nettles and Sheep Stealer just live in the Vale, and there's this like tribe of people that live in the Vale that worship them as a fire goddess and a dragon and shit for like a long time. Massaria shows her friend, the brothel owner, into the throne room. She's like, isn't this really cool? Doesn't this all look very cool?
So, it's 100 penises.
Yeah, that was really funny how she was like, yeah. I wonder if a man designed this room. The meat of this conversation. Go ahead.
She's like, look, the city's fucked up. People are really scared, and like the queen isn't listening to any of our petitions anymore. Yeah. And Masaria's like, I know that's really fucked up, but if you want to like bring your concerns to me, I can like when the moment is right bring them to Rhaenyra. Yeah. And her friend is like, really? Like you actually think you have power here?
Yeah. She points out how much she's changed, mm-hmm. and how much being in this Hall of Power has changed her. And she is pretty much like, first of all, you have no power. Your only power is to flatter and cajole the queen, mm-hmm. and maybe scissor, depending on what mood she's in.
Yes.
That is not real power. You still exist at the pleasure of the queen, right? You know. And then she's like, a little bit of advice before you have me kicked out here. In the walls of the Highborn, a whore will always and ever remain a whore. Bye. So at the Dragon Pit, the
Rhaenyra, Rhaena, and Adam come back.
Yeah. Which we see how wounded Syrax is. Mm-hmm. Like Syrax got beat up.
She got fucked up. Yeah.
And I like as they're walking away, Sea Smoke's kind of like, "Girl, are you okay?"
Rhaenyra says, "Fucking put her in a room. I don't want to look at her."
Right. So back in Harrenhal, Alicent has 2 glasses of wine.
Yes. So Aemond is working out with his sword again.
Yeah.
And
yeah, she's like, you should really drink this. By the way, she said something. She's like, I brought your favorite spiced wine. Do you remember when you were a little kid and you couldn't fall asleep without it? And it's like, Alicent, you cannot give your kids alcohol to make them go to sleep. No wonder they are the way they are. She's like, your new girlfriend doesn't like me very much, does she?
So
like,
I'm just going to go.
Yeah. So she gives him the wine. He confesses that he tried to kill Aegon, which her response was, girl, I know you did. Like, obviously. Yes. So whenever I see this skull, it kind of cracks me up a little bit because it's just so weird. Just has this random skull. She's getting ready for bed, and she has a visitor.
Yes.
Who is Damon, who tries to explain.
I love, by the way, like, Damon comes in and her servant is about to walk out, and Rhaenyra's like, no, nope. You stay.
Yeah.
And throughout this entire scene, the servant is just like looking at the floor and like, this is so awkward.
Yeah, right.
Please ignore me.
Yeah.
Please ignore me.
Damon tries to explain his thinking and why and the fact that he wasn't lying to betray Rhaenyra. He was lying to protect Rhaena, right? And he admits to being a shitty dad to her, which again is kind of uncharacteristic of Damon to admit something like that. And
Rhaenyra's whole thing is like, do you think so little of me that I would have my own blood executed?
My stepdaughter / niece? No. Stepdaughter /
cousin?
Yeah, cousin. It would have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And she does say, I've looked at 100 times at the skull you brought, thinking it was the villain who killed my son. And this is I think this is just a really good, it's a really good line to show what kind of headspace that Rhaenyra has been in this whole time. Like, in addition to all the pressures from being a ruler and everything, 2 of her kids were just killed, basically, in the timeline. Like, it hasn't been that much time since Luke died, and Jacaerys died like a few weeks ago. And so she's bereft from that, obviously, and it's the whole thing is like pretty terrible. And Daemon tries to reassure her that, like, you know, I thought I was doing what was right. I was not trying to deceive you. You know, you're still my queen, and you know, and Rhaenyra gives him the it's late, I need to think about this. So, and he's like, so no fuck you fuck tonight? She's like, no. No fucky fuck.
No.
So he leaves. Bela goes to visit Rhaena, and like, so she apologizes because she's like, you know, I'm sorry for Chase.
If it wasn't for me, you would be queen.
You'd eventually be the queen. Bela immediately forgives her and was like, don't worry about it, you can start over again. Which is, I mean, if you put yourself in this position and, you know, Rhaena is your sibling, that's
about the best you can do.
So not Corlys, Alan gets back from patrol, and someone has emailed him his father's finger with the ring on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very disturbing.
Gross. Yeah. What shot is it? Oh, I put this. This is Alice feeding a barn owl.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, it's like Alice is feeding herself. I don't know.
And then what? Who should stumble in but fucking Aemond, who just fucking
whispers her name,
Alice,
falls over, and fucking
Alice just looks at him like, you fucking
I love
moron.
this. Like, I love this delivery where she like he falls over, he knocks a bunch of shit over, and she stares at him for like a good 2 seconds, and she's like, idiot.
Like, I fucking told you this is gonna happen.
Exactly what I told you was gonna happen. Yeah. And then Allison's like, oh shit, I better go.
Bye.
We have another dream from Helena, but I saw some criticism online about this, about how the shots look really weird, and the color temperatures are like really crazy.
It's a dream. It's supposed
to look
weird.
It's not supposed to look like reality, so calm the fuck down.
So she's giving birth to her next
Maegor,
child.
Or Maegor.
I don't think it matters at this point.
Who is whisked away by the Kingsguard, presumably to be executed. And then this fucking awesome shot in the dragon pit of Helena on her dragon Dreamfire, who it astounds me how, so in House of the Dragon, there are 3 dragons.
You mean Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yeah, sorry. In Game of Thrones, there are 3 dragons, Drogon, Viserion, and Rhaegal. And they're the same dragon, just with different color, copying and pasting different color, you know? It astounds me, and I'm really thankful that in House of the Dragon, they've gone through such like, they've gone through a lot of work to make sure that all the dragons are really distinct and different, and Dreamfire is no exception. She has this like really cool tiara of horns and shit. But in this vision, there's a mob running toward her, and
she's like, fucking burn those dudes.
Yeah. Which is not characteristic of Helena at all.
No. And then she's hanging out with her kids and feeding chickens.
Out in the country, yeah.
And then there's an eclipse.
Yeah, there's an eclipse.
And winter arrives.
Yeah, and then winter is no longer coming; it is here. And yeah,
winter is come.
Yeah. I saw a really funny meme about this online where Rhaenyra throws the skull, and then someone took it and it was like, soon on Disney Plus, Ghost Rider.
So who did she go to but Mysaria?
Yeah. And they have more or less the same argument that they've been having. Rhaenyra does call her out on pouring honey in her ear, and she accuses her of trying to remake her in her image, and she fights back, and she's like, I've only wanted you to do what fucking
your dad
would want and everything. And then she starts pouring more honey into that ear.
Yep.
Right? And she's like, everything will be just fine. All of your enemies will be vanquished.
You're on the precipice of success.
Right. So really all you have to do to seal your victory is for us to scissor.
Yes.
And Rhaenyra's like...
And then they fuck.
Yeah, Rhaenyra's like, all right.
All right.
I'll be honest with you. I came in here to do that anyway. So at Rook's Rest, I guess the outskirts of Rook's Rest, Tyland and Aegon are just like waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
The army shows up, obviously.
Aegon's like, all right, Tyland, time to die.
Yep, and Tyland gives him it's been an honor, sir.
Yep. Pulls out his sword.
Pulls out his sword.
The army shows up, is like, all right,
Which
all this land is Rhaenyra's, fucking bend the knee right now.
Yeah. This man's face is the widest face I've ever seen. Did you notice how wide this man's face
Not really,
is?
no.
So Aegon's like, fuck you, I'm not going to surrender. Everyone laughs at him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, Tywin Lannister, I see you over there. Where's the Queen's gold? And he's like, fuck you, that's where it is.
You're like, all right, I guess we're taking your ears off.
Yeah, all right then. And like, Aegon starts going off on this legendary rant.
Motherfuckers! Yeah. I am Aegon, the real king. Fucking bow down before me. You will all fucking die.
Yeah. While this speech is happening,
there's some rumbling.
There's some rumbling, but
and
also
some whistling.
Yeah. And then the army, like everyone starts to look real scared, right?
And they're like looking over him.
Yeah. And there's this really funny shot where the horses are getting spooked and shit. Mm-hmm. They're like backing up. And then Aegon,
like, yes!
Yeah, he's like, oh,
you see me in my glory.
Yeah. And then fucking Tyland turns around and he's got this look on his face where he's like,
oh shit.
He's like, oh fuck. And Aegon turns around and is stunned
to see his dragon.
Yeah, and he puts his hand up and he says Sunfire, and then fucking Sunfire, looking like fucking half zombie,
has seen better days.
Yeah, comes out of the brush, and then Aegon realizes
fucking burn those guys.
Yeah, so he gives the order to kill them, and he does, takes them all out, and we get this amazing shot. Yeah, this amazing shot of like Aegon doing his like supervillain laugh, and I know Aegon's not a good guy. Like we know he's not a good guy. It's probably not his fault that he's not a good guy, but still, I was kind of happy for him here. Because he's been the show's punching bag the entire season, and it was actually really nice to see him. He actually
gets one win.
Yeah, and there's Sunfire looking fucking
a little bit rough.
Yeah. I think it's interesting they have similar wounds on the same side of their faces. All right, so last scene.
Fucking Ulf is hanging out with. What's his name?
Ormond. Yeah.
And Ormond's like, hey, you know what would be really cool? If you change sides.
Yeah. He's like, I heard, you have to tell me this can't be true. Daemon Targaryen hit you?
In front of the
commoners?
Also like, yeah, he did. It was kind of fucked up.
And Ormond's like, no.
he and Rhaenyra also won't let me go to the fucking bar and hang out with my friends, and
Ormond's
that's
like,
really fucked up.
No.
Ormond's like, they don't understand that a man has needs and wants to just carouse and blow off stress and whatever.
So Ormond's like, listen, dude, there's a battle coming. Well, first of all, Ulf is like, I thought I was gonna get a fucking castle and a lordship, and
she ain't promised me nothing.
Yeah, and he's like, you think you give me Honey Holt? And Ormond's like, honey,
Honey Holt is just little small potatoes.
How about Driftmark? How about you are going to be Lord of the Tides? And Ulf is like,
Ulf likes that.
Oh, he likes that a lot. And then Ormond's like, all right, here's the thing. This battle's coming up. If you do what I want you to do, unlimited beer, you can go to whatever fucking bar you want to. I do not care. and you get
Driftmark.
you get Driftmark. What do you say? And Ulf is like, oh hell yeah,
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I am in.
yeah. And then he says that like people aren't going to laugh at you anymore. They
Not when
will
they see
see
you.
who they are. Yeah, the way you are. And he says, no, they will burn. And then gives this fucking smile. It's hard to take. It's really hard to take Ulf
Yeah.
seriously because he's such a doofus. You
But
know?
he has a nuclear lizard.
Yeah, and an experienced one
Yeah.
at that. Silverwing is like a battle tested dragon, so like it's not nothing, you know. So let's before we end, let's go over all the wild cards that are in play here. Right,
Vagar is the first one that I think of.
who the fuck knows
Where
where
the
she
fuck is Vagar?
Right.
Amond is probably not dead as long as Alice Rivers is around, but he might be out of commission for a little bit.
I don't think he plays. I don't think he plays a part in the battle at all. But I do think he lives.
So Aegon, Sunfire, and Thailand are still running around.
Yeah. Now whether or not Aegon can participate,
I don't think he does.
they're far away, and I have the feeling that Sunfire is alive, but probably cannot get from point A to point B very quickly.
Yeah.
So I don't think because this next episode, the season finale,
Yes.
is gonna be the Battle of Templeton. So
I would assume so. Yes.
unless they do what they did last season and they just do another episode of we're getting ready for war, you know.
So the Green Army at Tumbleton is outnumbered, but they do have 2 dragons, one of which nobody's going to expect them to have.
Right. So you're gonna have Hugh Hammer, who for the moment is loyal to Rhaenyra, but
his heart is kind of broken.
Yeah, but also he becomes unpredictable where his wife is involved.
Yeah.
So he could be pushed to do something that would be bad for Rhaenyra if he thought it would save his wife. So there's that. Obviously, Ulf, the Rivermen are almost there.
Yes.
Corlys being involved in all of this because like presumably Adam and Alan are going to be there.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows about that? There's a bunch of shit coming together, and a lot of it is you don't really know how it's going to play out. So I think it is probably going to end up being pretty fucking epic though. So we will be back here.
I don't think all the characters that go into the episode are coming out.
No, in fact. Okay, so you make a quick death poll real quick. I think Ulf is going to die.
Ulf's dead. Yeah.
And I think it would be just the funniest shit if Daemon were the one to kill him. I think that so remember, I've not read Fire and Blood. Ulf and Hugh Hammer need to be out of the picture. Rhaenyra needs to start losing dragons.
Yes.
To even up the fight. I would guess that both Ulf and Hugh and their dragons are probably dead. I think Corlys, I don't see really what story is left for him. Really, he's kind of like played out his role in the show. I don't know what happens to him in the books, but I imagine he is like on the top of the list of people who will die.
I don't know that both Adam and Alan make it out.
You think one of them dies? You know what's really funny about the dragon seeds is that like Adam is kind of Rhaenyra's favorite a little bit because she thinks that Adam is proof that the gods favor her, and so she's really nice to him, but not nice to Hugh or anyone else. So yeah, I think that one of them could probably die. I would probably guess Adam because he has a dragon.
That would be my guess. Yeah.
I think probably. I think all the Greens involved in that battle are dead. So I think Gwaine, Daron, Ormond, I think all those guys die. Probably. Okay. And probably Tessarion too, which is really sad. But yeah. I think Daemon make it out alive. I think Rhaenyra makes it out alive.
Yeah. What's his name? The kid in charge of the Rivermen.
Oscar Tully.
Yes, he makes it out alive.
Yeah.
He has to because if he doesn't, I'm firebombing HBO headquarters.
Yeah. and I think Helena is not long for this world. So
I don't know.
She's not going to be in the battle.
I think she has a lot of narrative use going forward, if only to just show us weird dreams that
maybe
might mean something and might not.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back next week. We might be back on Saturday to talk about The Ninth Jedi. So if you're around, check us out then. And then we'll be back for sure on Wednesday for the season finale of this show. So